What's up, guys? It's TJ here, and by guys, I almost certainly just mean Reeves and Ryan. Let's do some more hands. I have not looked over these again. These were from 5 hours ago or so my thoughts may be relatively fresh here. Again, we're on Global Poker playing 50NL. Start with a pretty standard open of 2.5x, Queen 10 suited in UTG +1, which is definitely liberal, but the tables, everybody's deep stacked except this player, and I think when you're at a table that's not 3-betting a lot, it's okay to open these hands from any position. We get an interesting flop. I would say my opening range is going to be about this. Probably more like this. I don't think I would quite delve into the 10-9 suiteds of the world, but I'd say this is about my opening range. I wouldn't open ace-10. So this is not really an advantageous flop for me. I don't think I want to be betting this all that often. I think even my overpairs want to check quite often here against 4 opponents. The button and the big blind, not so much the cutoff being the first flatter, but the button and the big blind for sure can have. Everybody has all of the sets. These two players, this player can have 7-6 suited, maybe even 7-4 suited. This player could even have 7-6 offsuit. 8-5 suited is possible here. I definitely don't have 8-5 suited. So I think I want to do very, very little betting. I think even checking my entire range, and then maybe, even raising sets. Yeah, we're not betting a lot here. So I go for a check. I would hate to bloat the pot against a king high or ace high flush draw. So playing the check call game here, and it checks around, interestingly enough. The turn is an offsuit 3, and similar situation really. Anybody can have a 5. I can have pocket 5s, but I don't have any other 5x combinations here. So maybe I should just be checking again, or betting like a small size with maybe aces or better. I think even aces should probably be check calling here. But if I am checking range on the flop, I think maybe I'm betting a small size with, pocket pairs 3 through 7s, a set or a straight. Which I would want to work some bluffs in there, but I definitely don't want to be betting a large size here, I don't think. Which is what I did, trying to rep, I don't know what the hell I'm trying to rep here. I'm trying to rep 5s or a set that I was going for a check raise, I guess. I get min raised, which is really annoying. I'm probably getting decent direct odds. I guess when you pot and then you face a min raise, you're always getting 4-1. You need 20%. I don't have that directly against a 5. Plus, the board can pair. Some of my outs are the 6 and 3, where I wouldn't be all that excited, and I'm not getting that much action from him. And I could even be up against getting free rolled by ace-5 of spades. So I just gave it up here, and I think that's more reason to go with the small sizing, because I'm repping such a specific range. Hand number 2, good old ace-king suited. We face an under the gun limp, and that's fun. Face an under the gun limp, I make it 5x, and we get 4 calls from the cutoff button, small blind, and the limper. So we're going to the flop with 25 bigs in the pot. And I flop the joint. I do think this is a flop on which I can bet my overpairs pretty reasonably. I'm not sure actually, but I can have plenty of suited hands. I mean, I would guess my range is pretty pair heavy. Again, this is an early position open. Let's see. Yeah, my range is pretty pair heavy, but I definitely have a range advantage. I mean, 19, 20, like 30% of my hands are an overpair or better on this board. So probably, I think betting a small size is probably good. I wouldn't want to start bombing because at that point they can only continue with, you know, better than like they probably can fold ace-9 and 10-9 and stuff if I just pot. So small size looks good. I went with $4. I think you could maybe even go even smaller, maybe like 3. But I think a small size is the thing to do. We get 1 call from the limper, which is good. We expect him to be pretty loose. Board pairs on the turn, but this is not something I'm too concerned about. Pretty hard for him to have 5 deuce having limped under the gun. And I just feel like most bad players, most limpers would just raise their sets there. So I'm not really all that concerned here. I think I misclicked here. I don't know. I think I should just be betting a normal size here and trying to get all in by the river. Yeah, I mean he can have some weak flushes. He can have hands like yeah, I mean 9x is folding here. I guess I'm trying to induce a bluff by doing that. And then my intention is to overbet jam the river. Yeah, which I think is okay. He just calls that. So again, I find it kind of hard to believe that he would have a strong hand here. The river is the 6 of diamonds, which now significantly weakens his range because it's really hard for him to have a 1 diamond hand when I have both of the nut diamonds. So I abandoned my all-in plan because it'd be very hard for him to have a hand like Queen 9 offsuit with the Queen of diamonds. It's just very unlikely. So I go for a smaller sizing, hoping that you know, a hand like Ace Deuce will call, maybe get some, or you know, his weak flushes still have to call. I bet 15, and he goes all in, which was very strange. He shouldn't really have pocket 6s. I don't know. I think in theory I should probably be calling this combo because it's just so hard for him to have something, and I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. In reality, I don't think a limper is just going to like go crazy here with 5-6. You know, do like a bluff blocker thing, or you know, ace deuce or whatever. So I lean towards fold, but that was a pretty tough one. All right, end of part 1.